Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched season 6 of Rick and Morty, and small spoiler alert, Rick doesn't have the portal gun, so actually this is really good development for Rick and Morty as characters. And as viewers, we know what to expect, but this season was really well done. I mean, I loved every episode, but there's one episode in particular, despite all the fetish stuff that was in it, that I thought was superb because it showed deeper development of Rick's character as a whole and made me feel more empathy toward him because a lot like Rand's dad, an inside job. Well, I think Rand is one step above and being completely deplorable as a human being or lack thereof. Yeah, as far as bad dads and grandpas are considered, Reagan's dad is the worst of the worst, but Rick Sanchez is up there, definitely, among the top tier of worst animated dads in existence. Yeah, but there are a lot of theories going around about the family itself, and I agree with them. I mean, there's a lot of evidence to support that throughout the season, but we've got a few more episodes to go before they wrap everything up. I mean, this is one of those seasons like Doctor Who that could go on forever, and of course there are obvious parodies to Doctor Who, and this one had kind of a wink to Black Mirror, if you've seen Black Mirror, because they had an episode that reminded me of the San Junipero one. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but I did right away. I'm like, oh yeah, this is just like San Junipero, only a little bit different. And I just thought it was clever. I thought, oh, maybe the creators have seen Black Mirror and it's one of the best things ever made. Although some of the episodes are kind of depressing. But I love Black Mirror. It's just absolute genius, and as far as writing, storytelling, and just morale. It's a delivery on ethics and psychology, sociology. I mean, everything. It covers all bases. And it's cautionary too. And I also, speaking of cautionary, I thought that this one was cautionary too, especially that one episode. I'm not going to say which episode. You're probably thinking of the episode I'm thinking of, but that episode in and of itself was by far the best I've seen out of Rick and Morty to this point, and there was just so much involved in it. And then of course they brought back one of my favorite characters, which is Nimbus. Oh, I love Nimbus, and I know this sounds weird, but I think I would make a perfect female version of Nimbus. Although I don't have the braggadocio that Nimbus has. I mean, I've got the right kind of hair. I'd have to dye my hair black though. That would be I don't know if I could go to that kind of level to be a female Nimbus, but I would be perfect. Plus, as a Homestuck fan, I would love to see art of Mr. Nimbus version of him. Oh god, I would pay money for that. I'm dead serious. I would. Anybody out there, Homestuck fan, make it happen. I will pay you. I won't pay you a lot because I don't have a lot of money, but I will give you commission for your work. I'm just saying. But let's see. I loved this season. Was the best that I've seen in a while. It was an emotional roller coaster ride, and there were a lot of things that were uncovered, I thought, and a lot of things go very quickly in Rick and Morty, and a lot of episodes deserve a second look, and I'm sure that there are a lot of things that I missed first watch, and that's why I enjoy this kind of work, because the creators of Rick and Morty are absolutely brilliant. They are intellectual giants, and I know a lot of people say, well, the fans of Rick and Morty are stupid, and I know the memes aside, the Szechuan sauce thing, that whole thing, yeah, I do think that was kind of cringeworthy. But not all of it's just like, yeah, I know I'm going to mention Homestuck again, but it's just like with fans of Homestuck. I'm a Homestuck fan, and I always will be. And I'm not one of those people that will try to convince you to read it or to watch Rick and Morty, because I'm not a person who pressures somebody into liking what I like, because people are free-willed and deserve as such. And there was an episode where we see Morty evolving, and I like that, and I thought, oh my god, yeah, they really came to develop his backbone, because for just like Jerry too. Jerry had a moment, which I wasn't expecting a moment for Jerry, but he took, responsibility for himself, and I love that. And it was a Super Friends episode that was just so cleverly done. Oh, it was the best out of all, I thought. I don't know what else to say. I enjoyed it so much. And as far as cartoons and go, I know I was gonna say I was gonna watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the latest movie, but I want to see something that's more substantial. I mean, I love Aqua Teen, but I think I've outgrown Aqua Teen, unfortunately. I mean, it's pretty much repeating what it used to repeat. So, yeah, I think I've moved on beyond Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm going to be watching the remainder of Tuca and Birdie, of course, because they canceled it again and nobody's taking it, and they canceled it for good. So, it really ticks me off, because I actually really liked Tuca and Birdie, and I thought that it delved into some topics that other cartoons in the West just don't touch. So that one I'll watch. I'll do a review of it. Yashahime, of course, I'll have to watch subtitles, but I don't care. Same thing with Urusei Yatsura. The recent Urusei Yatsura came out, and I've watched the original. I love the original. Nothing can compare to the original, but I'm still going to watch the reboot, because I'm a huge Urusei Yatsura fan. Have been forever and always will be. And they actually made Satoshi or Megane different. I don't like the new look they have for Satoshi, but I'll watch it because Satoshi's my favorite. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that, but I mean, he has a good heart. He has a lot of good loyalty towards Ataru. Let's see. Of course, I'll be watching that. Yashahime. I need to catch up on Fire Force and Attack on Titan. I've watched most or all of Chainsaw Man and My Hero Academia. I'm still a big fan of My Hero. It's really good. I really enjoy it. I don't know how I'm going to watch Spy Family or what's the other one? Spy Family and Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I'm going to be watching that as well. That's on VRV, so I'll be watching that. Demon Slayer, that's another one that I absolutely love. Demon Slayer. I'm a huge fan of Demon Slayer. Yeah, I like that one's really good. It's really well done. It's paranormal, so yeah, I'm all over it. Let's see. Inside Job season 2, haven't seen it yet. Going to Central Park. You knew that one was coming. Of course, I'm going to be watching Central Park. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch Zootopia Plus, because when I go to Kiss Cartoon, it says that the video is not available. So I think that they couldn't get past the protocol or the programming that bans them. It's just like with old VHS tapes back in the day, if you remember this. They had a security which disallowed people from making recordings of Walt Disney films. I don't know how they did it, but they put some kind of device in their VHS that disallowed copying it, which actually was pretty innovative for the time, and clever, exceptionally clever, and just kind of underhanded for people who wanted to keep a VHS. So that's why I had to get the second Jungle Book on VHS rather than DVD. It doesn't exist on DVD. So I have it, the one with an older Mowgli, which it's actually one of the better live action versions of the Jungle Book, in my opinion. You get to see Baloo and Bagheera and Mowgli all together having adventures, and then of course he falls in love with another woman, and it's very Tarzan and Jane-esque in that kind of scene. But it's really good. I mean, it's one of the best live actions that I've seen, and all the animals are animals, which they did with the CGI version of the remake of Jungle Book, which is what I like. And then of course I like that version, and then the true to form version of Rudyard Kipling's classic, which was a lot more brutal and violent, and as it should have been, and not watered down. Just like the original Grimm's fairy tales, they should be kept uncensored. But of course, I learned quite a bit. I was read the original Grimm's fairy tales as a kid, so I guess that's why I'm the way I am now. But like I said, the recent season of Rick and Morty was quite a bit to take on and tackle, and the Rick and Morty community has a lot of postulations about the family itself. And now they had the portal gun back, so we're back to original kind of shenanigans and adventures and lessons that the characters are going to learn. And I really wish, I know we've seen a hinted Gravity Falls crossover, because I did Gravity Falls when it came out, which I'm a huge fan of. But I would love to see, oh man, if they could just make that a reality. I know they would have to probably ask for permission to do it, and kind of say, hey, can we use your property? We know we worked on this before, but just let us cross over. They could do that. I mean, they've done crossovers with so many other things and had a lot of cultural references. And I especially, the one that cracked me up at being at Christmas season was the Die Hard episode. It cracked me up. I'm like, yeah, those millennials don't know what Die Hard is. I do, and I love all four. And they only mentioned the three, so I'm thinking it was written when only the trilogy existed, because there's a fourth one called Live Free and Die Hard, which is really good. But it's not the original. And I think the fourth is also a Christmas film, so I consider it a Christmas movie. Come at me if you like. Yeah, but that episode made me laugh a little bit too hard, because it was just so accurate on today's culture, and a lot of, not all millennials, but most millennials don't have any idea, because we've never seen that, and we don't know what that is. I'm like, get out more often, watch some more classic movies, because you'll learn something. But that's probably about all I have to say about season 6 of Rick and Morty, and I'm excited to see where they go with future episodes and seasons. I'm thinking, I don't know how many more seasons they have after 6, but given that it's such a successful franchise, they would be stupid not to. But I've loved Rick and Morty ever since it came out. I like the commentary. I like a lot of the themes that are expressed, and yeah, we'll just see where it goes. And that's all I gotta say. Till next time, live on, prosper. Ciao,